Well guys, today's review, or a rant, is going to be a 2004 British show, and this one is Peppa Pig. Holy shit, I used to watch this shit when it released in 2004, but thank God I'm now hating this show since it's getting too childish for my age. Anyways, Peppa Pig is truly terrible. Here are some reasons that Peppa is a terrible role model. 1. She constantly fat-shames Daddy Pig. In one episode she actually made the password to her secret hideout Daddy's big tummy. She repetitively calls him fat, points it out, and tells her friends, "Are we really encouraging our children to listen to this terrible stuff? We should be telling our kids to not tease others and be kind, not fat-shame others." In another episode, Daddy Pig takes Peppa and the family on a picnic. Peppa promises the ducks by the lake some food. Actually giving them food like bread and cake is actually extremely unhealthy. She then proceeds to eat all her food while Daddy Pig is being chased by a wasp. I mean, if a family member was screaming and running away from something, then you should help them, not ignore them. Then she says that Daddy Pig needed the exercise. Next, she realizes that she ate all her food, so she takes Daddy Pig's cake and gives it to the ducks. Imagine if your food was taken away from you after you were just unfairly ignored by your family while screaming. Then after that, you give away your food to some random ducks because your child made you. This is why I hate her. 2. She mistreats George. She is constantly harassing her younger brother. She plays unfair games with him, makes him cry, excludes him and more. In one episode she actually told him he wasn't old enough. Think about that. Is that the message we are conveying? 3. She thinks the world revolves around her. In many things she simply yells at people because she doesn't get her way. Whenever her parents do anything that is not worshipping her, she throws a tantrum. I mean, what else do I need to say? This one time, there was a spider web, so she refused to let Daddy Pig go to work in the car. Another time she made a paper airplane out of her father's blueprints. 4. She is extremely rude to her friends. This one time, Susie Sheep was not able to whistle, so she hung up on her and told her they were not friends anymore. Whenever she loses a game, she either claims it was unfair, or she says that the other person is not her friend anymore. We should be accepting defeat, not being a sore loser. Although Peppa does not need to be perfect, she still needs to be an okay role model, and I feel that in that category she does not even start to deliver. She is constantly exhibiting bad behavior and people in the show make no effort to correct it. This is why I do not like Peppa Pig. This show is a terrible role model, and here is why. 1. This show is teaching kids to fat-shame her own parents. Peppa jumps on her dad's tummy and calls him fat. Mummy Pig does, too, and that's just very sad. This is a terrible role model for kids because if they see that Peppa and Mummy Pig are bullying Daddy Pig, then they must think it's okay, which I tease not. Once, in an episode, Peppa made a club called Daddy's Big Tummy. In some reviews I've read, parents are complaining that their kids are bullying their dads and calling them fat like Peppa. 2. Peppa is a spoiled brat. Peppa thinks she is the boss of the world. When she loses a game she either calls the winner a cheater or says that she doesn't want to be their friend anymore. She shouldn't be a sore loser. In this one episode, Susie Sheep was showing Peppa that she could whistle, and Peppa hung up and said that she doesn't want to be her friend anymore because Peppa couldn't whistle and she was jealous. She needs to learn to not be a sore loser. 3. Peppa bullies George. She excludes him in everything she does. She teases him and makes him cry. People say that he cries too much. He does, but most of the time, it's Peppa's fault. Once, she took George's popsicle and threw it on the floor so the ducks can eat it. That's just sad. George cried a lot. 4. Peppa cares more about some ducks than her own family. In this one episode, Daddy Pig was being chased by wasps and drowning in a pond while Peppa is over there playing with ducks and feeding them cake and bread, which is very unhealthy. After Daddy Pig escaped the wasps, Peppa takes his food and feeds it to the ducks. Imagine being chased by wasps and no one helps you, and then they take your food and feed it to some ducks. Hell no, I would hate that. 5. The whole family loves to jump in muddy puddles, and from some reviews I've read, parents are very mad because their kids jump in muddy puddles too, and they come home covered in mud. 6. That isn't even the real Peppa Pig. She is cloned. The real her's name is Samara Pig. She is a evil version of Peppa, even though I think Peppa is more evil than any clone. This is WHY I hate Peppa Pig. Let me start with the characters. Peppa Pig, she's bossy, mean, rude and a complete idiot. She fat shames her father, when every male adult in the show has the same torso size as Daddy Pig. George Pig is really annoying. He can only say dinosaur, in the exception of some words like Gran-yig, Grandpig or why. And when he sees a dinosaur he cries. George, if you like dinosaurs and you cry when you see them. Her parents spoil their children, especially Mummy Pig. She even fat shames his husband and his husband does nothing about it. Also, they have work and I've only seen Mummy Pig work as a firefighter once and Daddy Pig more than once, but rarely. Now the plots first. WHY is there a freaking zoo in Peppa Pig? And WHY don't the humans notice that living with anthropomorphic animals not weird? Well, even though humans are animals, it's no excuse to put them amongst talking, anthro and stupid animals. Also, why does the Queen of England jump over the Tower Bridge while it's open with a bus full of children? Isn't that illegal? And it's the Queen of England who does that. Also, they even have 2 video games like My Friend Peppa Pig and Peppa Pig World Adventures. Oh my fucking god. These games are so stupid. And worse, they have some specials like Peppa Pig, My First Cinema Experience, Peppa Pig, Big Family Show, Peppa Meets the Baby, and Peppa Pig, The Golden Boots. These specials are so annoying. Anyways, what should I rate this show? I'm rating it a 1.5 out of 10. This show is almost as worse than Bluey, but it's one of the worst British shows ever. Anyways, that's all for this video.